Basic education is open to all, and learning at this level is geared towards holistic development of the individual for the positive realization of a person's full potential and aspirations.
Discussions at the two-day tutorial work in consonance with education sector strategic plan, capturing issues of relevance in the enhancement of literacy efforts in the Gambia. One of them is the achievement of a 50% improvement in adult literacy by the year 2015.
I believe that this August gathering will agree with me that this workshop really came up at an opportune time, for it will raise our awareness of and concern for literacy problems within our programs, and will not only come out with an action plan and a roadmap, but the sharing of experiences will build capacities and create mechanisms to achieve our aims and objectives geared towards the fulfillment of our commitments.
A statement from the UNESCO Dakar office said UNESCO Breda is pleased to be associated with the initiative. UNESCO revealed they are aware that the Gambia over the years made commitment and tremendous efforts in promoting literacy, as seen in the adoption of a new education policy document, as well as in the reviewing of the non-formal education framework. Despite the development, a lot more needs to be done in addressing literacy in the Gambia.
With the literacy levels of youth from 15 to 24 years in the Gambia estimated at 63%, thus falling below the 77% average for sub-Saharan Africa, and the overall literacy rate for the adult population estimated at 42.5%, there is need for concerted effort.
Adult literacy is essential for poverty reduction and child mortality. It also curbs population growth and aids in achieving gender equality, ensuring sustainable development, peace and democracy. The Education Minister Fat Lamin Faye said these are the 4 reasons why this 2-day UNESCO Technical and Financial Support Seminar to aggressively accelerate the country's attainment of Millennium Goals on literacy is even more significant.
Realizing the ramification of signing up to the Dakar Framework for Action, the Gambia, through my ministry, renewed its commitment and resolve to accelerate efforts in reducing the illiteracy rates for both men and women. By extension, the government of the Gambia, under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency the President of the Republic, Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. Yaya A.J.J. Jammeh, is indeed committed to supporting literacy as a means of personal progress towards the socio-economic development of our nation. Evidence of such commitment and resolve can be traced to the implementation of interventions within the education sector, the ultimate aim of which is to create a literate society.
The United Nations analysis revealed close to 776 million people the world over lack minimum literacy skills, meaning 1 in every 5 adults is illiterate. The same report concluded 75 million children across the globe are not going to school. A Gambia case study conducted sometime in the past revealed the situation is not very different, given that literacy rates for men and women are 60% and 42% respectively, and 46% nationally. This seminar is thus intended to overturn that figure, all but for the socio-economic development of the country. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
National GSM operator Gamcell Wednesday presented 10 tickets and travel allowances to its local customers who are set for the pilgrimage to Mecca and Rome. The presentations were made at a colorful ceremony held at Gamcell headquarters. Modu Bajan has the details.
A way of giving back to their valued customers who have been patronizing them over the years, the National Telecommunication Company Gamcell has given out 10 tickets and travel allowances worth $204,000 to 10 of its would-be pilgrims who won the cellular company's Hajj promotions. The company for half a decade now has been actively involved in sponsoring over 50 of its esteemed customers by footing their pilgrimage bills. This year's event was another colorful one, as the 10 would-be pilgrims, including 9 Mecca-bound Muslims and a Christian set for Rome, received their tickets and travel allowances.
About 50 to 60 pilgrims since 2007 is a great deal. And today, we are proud because you see the amount is almost $169,000. The ticket is costing. One ticket is $169,000. That's a lot of money. So you could say that we would love every Gambian to be given this opportunity, but because it's not possible, we could say that, look, the only way we can do it is to go through the Alcour, like people who, God willingly, would want to give it to yearly be chosen. And hopefully that's what resort to the people around, the winners around this table. And the draws were all done on the Grts television. Why we do that also is to ensure to the world and the Gambia for that matter, that Gamcell, whatever we do, we want to ensure transparency. We want to ensure that everybody who matters know that whatever we're doing is for people of the Gambia.
Gamcell's Deputy General Manager, Ramunya Saidara, acknowledged the admirable religious tolerance the country continues to nurture, signifying the inseparable bond inherent in our societies. She wished the 10 beneficiaries a successful spiritual stay in the Holy City.
The fact that we are Gambians and the fact that we are Muslims and Christians in this country, you know, loving each other so much to the extent that you cannot differentiate a Muslim and a Christian by appearance in the Gambia here.
This can be described as a rare opportunity for these lucky would-be pilgrims for the physically demanding yet spiritually rewarding undertaking. Since pilgrimage comes with a huge financial package that is not always within the means of everyone, it is after all a dream come true for some of these 10 lucky ones. Modu Bajan, Grts.
Counting the cost, Mexico gets battered by deadly storms, leaving thousands of holidaymakers trapped. And the once highly fancied Costa Concordia cruise liner is now sitting upright in Italian waters. Find out more about that unprecedented rescue mission when we return. Welcome back. After an unprecedented salvage operation, the Costa Concordia cruise ship is sitting upright on the waters of Italy, and now the recovery is putting in a new phase. More than 4,000 people on board that ship there went when it ran aground last year. CNN's Marty Chance reports on this renewed search for 2 victims whose bodies have not been found.
Close up, the Costa Concordia looks battered and stained. Much of its massive hull is bent and twisted after 20 long months on its side. Winching this vessel upright was in itself a technical marvel. But amid praise for the salvage teams, the tragedy of the 32 lives lost in this wreck has not been forgotten. Carrying flowers to lay at the wreck, 18-year-old Stefania Vincenzi is back in Giglio for the first time since she lost her mother on their ill-fated cruise. Maria Grazia was celebrating her 50th birthday with her daughter when the ship went down.
When she went to the cabin, I don't know the word, to take my jacket, and then I lost her because there was a lot of people, so this was the last moment.
So you were together when the ship hit the rocks, and then in the chaos afterwards you lost each other?
Yes.
Only now, more than a year on, can her body possibly be found. It is incredible to see the damage inflicted on the starboard hull of the Costa Concordia by the jagged rocks off Giglio. But of course, this is much more than just a shipwreck, because somewhere in that twisted wreckage, salvage teams hope they'll be able to find the bodies of the 2 victims who were never accounted for, bringing some relief at least to the families of those people before the ship is refloated and towed away.